An area that I've long been excited about is the US market. It's an extraordinary economy. There are certainly downsides, but also in the long term, the American stock market has provided some of the best returns globally. And again, with the JMFIN investment process, I have the ability to invest directly in American equities and seek out the best opportunities. And an area of particular interest is the technology sector. And although this is a global business, America to some extent are the pioneers. And many of the big names can be found on the West Coast, such as Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, and many others. These are quite extraordinary companies, and you could argue they're sort of changing the weather in terms of how they are impacting on global economics. There are a lot of unexplained questions about how the global economy is changing, and I just wonder whether part of this is down to the impact companies like Amazon are having in terms of how global economies and supply chains and logistics work. A lot of these companies are worth a fraction or approaching $1 trillion. And it's fascinating to see how they've got to this stage, but also where they might go next. And these are typically companies which are well known, which have an asset-light business model. They don't have much stuff. So it means that when trouble hits, they can turn the dial down. And when the going's good, they can rapidly increase their turnover and touch many lives. So there are other markets where there are interest in technology companies, but the core, I would suggest, would be in the US in terms of getting into this big global sector. An area connected with technology is medtech, medical technology. If you think about it, the US economy, 18% is healthcare of its GDP. So this is a huge industry. And there are areas such as assisted robotic surgery, genome sequencing. We can find companies that invest in these areas. They are growing quickly. There's some degree of recession proofing because of the nature of their business. And this is a different area to general technology, but in terms of clients' portfolios, most clients quite like having direct exposure to medical technology, but this is the step before pharmaceutical stocks. And it does appeal, and there's normally a place in portfolios for some of this exposure. If there's one area that best illustrates the pace of change, I think it's the mobile phone or the smartphone. We think of these as phones, but if you permit me, I want to read out a short list of what is actually a much longer list of how many things a mobile phone today actually does. A mobile phone is a telephone, a diary, a torch, a compass, a book, a news feed, email, map, camera, a watch, wallet, television, radio, alarm clock, and a whole range of other things. And when you really start to ponder how many things this one device does, it also reminds you that go back 20 years. I mean, how many alarm clock manufacturers or compass manufacturers saw this coming? So we're talking about disruption, we're talking about change, we're talking about artificial intelligence, but to some extent smartphones have changed the rules of consumer business commerce.